Thank you for joining us for the last session. So our final live session for BeauceronCon 2022 will bring back Beauceron Security's Chief Evangelist and co-founder, Ian MacMillan, to give an update on the evolution of Beauceron as an organization and a platform and where Beauceron Security is headed in 2022. As Chief Evangelist for Beauceron Security, Ian provides advice and expertise on how to build world-class cybersecurity awareness programs that engage and motivate employees in organizations of all sizes. Ian regularly works with household national and global brands in the development and execution of their cybersecurity awareness and education efforts. Please welcome Ian.
Thank you very much, Jamie. Thank you so much for joining me for this final session of the day. I've been telling myself all day that we're saving the best for last, but after watching Dr. Treadwell and Bob Gordon and Dave Shipley and our panelists that joined me today, I can't say that that's the case. This has been a great day, so thank you so much for joining us for this. So as Jamie mentioned, I'm sharing today a presentation that talks about essentially 5 years of innovation and security awareness as Beauceron Security. So for those of you that don't know, Beauceron Security is actually celebrating our 5th anniversary to this year in 2022. So we're going to cover off on a high-level overview of the year, why we're making the changes that we are, and things of that nature. So as I mentioned, 5 years ago in 2017, Beauceron Security started with just 5 employees, and today there are over 40 members of our pack now. So we've got 40 employees that are here with us. 5 customers, oh my goodness, my slide jumped ahead, sorry about that. From 5 customers to over 500 customers, including 3 telecommunication companies here in Canada and 2 Fortune 500 banks. So these make up some of the customers that we've worked with over the last 5 years to develop our product and create something that we really think is helping organizations in their cybersecurity awareness strategy. 2022 officially marks 5 years in business for Beauceron Security, and we're still growing. So despite having started, not long before we actually became commercial, we've been commercially available for about 5 years as of 2022, and we're celebrating that by giving you a little bit of this background around our product, how it's evolved, and as Jamie mentioned, what you can look forward to from our platform. Our mission from the beginning has always been to put people in control of technology. You've heard David Shipley talk about this time and time again. I talk about it if you've ever attended any of the sessions that I've done externally. And we set out 5 years ago to change the way that organizations and security professionals thought about making people more secure. It started with phishing simulations, security education, and our unique way of quantifying user risk with our proprietary risk score made up of awareness activities, external exposures, incidents, and rewards. And since then, we've added significant functionality to deliver a security awareness program to an organization of any size. And I'm excited to share that progress with you today. So what we'll be doing is sort of looking at the evolution of those things so I can show you how we've made the decisions that we've made and the things that we've put our time and effort into, and then show you, what the future looks like for us as we continue to develop our product. We had the foundational blocks of our product at that point 5 years ago, but we were only really just scratching the surface of security awareness. As I mentioned, your security awareness program is a lot more than just phishing and training. And we wanted to know, how could we do more? How could we make individuals more secure, more engaged in less time with less effort? We also wanted to make it easy for organizations to deliver their security awareness programs. We didn't want to be another tool in the fray and ever expanding tool set of security tools for the organization. We wanted to be able to implement a security awareness platform that you found useful and helped you engage users and actually make your organization more secure. And because of that foundation of being built on putting people in control of technology, we focused on the person, the human, the individual on the receiving end of the security strategy. And how could we transition these people from passive, defenseless victims of cyber attacks to active, deliberate defenders of the organization? And that's really what we wanted to do with our platform. So the first way we did this was in revolutionizing phishing simulations. And we've heard time and time again that phishing programs don't work, that norms had taken over the phishing market and campaigns were the status quo for delivering simulated phishing attacks. but we wanted to deliver a phishing simulation experience that stood apart from any other vendor in the market. Personalized phishing simulation means that high performers are no longer getting easy phishing simulations that they can just write off as some compliance-based activity that they have to take part in. And those that were more susceptible to phishing attacks aren't being railroaded by complex phishing templates. At the same time, we wanted to change the experience that you weren't sending one phishing template to the entire organization and having people communicate with each other that it was there. We wanted to create a more realistic approach to phishing as well. So getting away from campaign-based phishing being the only option for organizations and allowing them to deliver true-to-life simulated attacks that were randomized templates on random times of day, random days of the week or month, and were delivered on a regular interval without the challenges of queuing and managing campaigns, and better simulated attacks with less hands-on requirement from resources in the department, freeing up more time for security professionals. Along with our innovative approach to phishing, we created robust reporting tools for better visibility into organizational strengths and weaknesses related to phishing. Things around emotional triggers, attack types like link-based, attachment-based, and credential-based attacks, and then metrics like click rate, report rate, ignore rate, emotional susceptibility, day of the week, time to click, time to report, all of these things that contribute to a top-notch, top-shelf phishing simulation strategy. The second area where we dove in was changing the way that organizations thought about security education. We believed organizations needed more than just training for security. They needed education that individuals would consume, understand, retain, and actually apply in day-to-day work. The education needed to be relevant to an individual and resonated with the purpose of the business and the individual's role within it. Timely, based on the context of other events that were unfolding in the organization, based on their day-to-day activities or security concerns, and then delivered to them in an interesting format that they can, on a level that they can understand. So I don't know about you, but I find balloon dogs very cool. So I included a balloon dog icon there for interesting because that is what I find interesting. So we created these features in the product that allowed for the automated training at the point of onboarding. When someone's actually entering the organization, you can set that level set with them automatically without having to enroll them in some kind of program where you meet with them 3 months down the road to give them that security education. The capability to train individuals as they change teams and roles was also a big part of that, and a way to remediate them after they had experienced an incident like a lost device, a phishing simulation, or a compromise, for example. And we enabled the use of various materials like interactive content, videos, or computer-based training, also known as CBTs. We also created the ability for individuals to take education on their own self-enrollment basis, which helps organizations build a narrative around encouraging continued security education and developing security culture. Taking education also contributed positively to an individual's risk score, which meant we were recognizing individuals for automatically for doing the right thing, which changes that culture that we've talked about so much over our sessions today. Additionally, we wanted to positively influence user behaviors. So engaging the human that was down the line from the security team was the most overlooked part of any awareness solution on the market. A lot of times we just see these security controls put in place that build barriers and walls around individuals and don't actually consider the implications to them. Automating rewards and incidents meant individuals could be recognized automatically for doing the right thing and remediated when they made a mistake. Gamifying the approach and security awareness with rewards, a leaderboard, and a score for individuals' level of engagement with the awareness program all contributed to individual engagement and changed security behaviors. And finally, eliminating fear, uncertainty, and doubt, or FUD, from the equation. Our communication feature meant that users could be rewarded for seeing a link they recognized as friendly and actually got a reward when they clicked on it. What wasn't about making people afraid of clicking on links with phishing simulations, but actually showing them and giving them the tools to recognize something that could be malicious or not, and then doing what they had to accordingly. And finally, adding organizational risk to the equation. Awareness goes beyond just training and education of users on how to work securely. In addition to enhancing the capabilities of the core product in educating end users, we added features that allowed security professionals to consider how the organizational posture might have an impact on the awareness of individuals. Organizational assessments ask questions about the tools and controls in place to protect the organization, the way we work with vendors and the way we handle incidents, our process, policy, and governance, things of that nature. With data, we're able to map organizational security against common frameworks like NIST with our unique NIST readiness report. Anybody that has our product has likely been in there and seen that we map all of those controls against the NIST framework for you. And then finally, we culminated those risks in an easy to understand risk register style tool called Risk Advisor that incorporated organizational maturity, survey responses from end users to give security professionals a broad view of prevalent risks in the organization. All of this just within the last 5 years. We've come a long way from being just a phishing and training platform. In the past 5 years as well, we've been privileged to work with banks, telecom companies, power utilities, governments, higher education institutions, and so many others to build a security awareness product that meets their needs. And we see every challenge as an opportunity to learn and develop something new and innovative and help organizations make their awareness program easier to run and more effective in securing the organization. You might recognize this graph from David Shipley's presentation earlier, but I wanted to present it to you in a little bit of a different context. We've been achieving our goal that we set out to do in helping organizations be more secure, with more than 650,000 licensed users across nearly 600 customers. The analysis of our data shows that we're able to reduce the click rate of our organization by nearly 90% in just 3 months and sustain that improvement continuously. We attribute the success of our customers to the pragmatic, common sense, whole human approach of our product, and rightfully so, as so much of what we built over the last 5 years has been directly influenced by our customers and their needs. So at this point, you're probably asking, what's next for Beauceron Security? How can we continue to make the lives of security awareness professionals easy? How can we provide tools for any organization to run a world-class security awareness program? How can we continue to innovate in security awareness in a way nobody else has thought about? And today I'm excited to highlight 2 new components of our product that are examples of some of the ways that we're innovating. The first one you might recognize as the Beauceron Security Analyst. When I announced the Beauceron Security Analyst last year, we couldn't have imagined how innovative and impactful it would actually be for our customers. We didn't want to create another email filtering tool. Instead, we wanted to build a product that allowed the awareness program, to extend beyond phishing simulations in terms of recognizing individuals for properly reporting a suspected attack. No more just measuring users on their ability to recognize phishing simulations, but also considering real-world security events, actual phishing emails in the equation. With the analysts, we've raised the bar in rewarding users. Not only are organizations able to provide real-time feedback to users about an email that a user has reported, but we're able to actually reward them when there's a high probability of that reported email, in fact, being a real phishing attack. And the great thing about the analyst is that the customization capabilities mean you have complete control over how you interact with users that report suspected phishing emails. So you're able to build out rules to match your program and organizational culture. If we want to reward users for reporting every single email they send in to drive that change in actually reporting emails, we've got the capability to do that now. If we only want to reward them for the things that are really, really fishy, then we can do that as well. It's completely customizable in that sense, and way more innovative than what it was when I announced it last year. Not only are you reducing the time spent by your email analysis team as well, but you're now including individuals in the active protection of the organization and actually rewarding them for it. And in my opinion, this is the truest form of passive victim to active defender that we've ever built. And we're seeing some customers leverage this to the nth degree, and it's incredible to see some of the results. The second thing that I want to talk to you about today is the widget builder, and I'm really excited to share this with you. We're taking reporting and data visualization to the next level with this new innovative feature coming in summer of 2022. You'll now be able to create your own visualizations of data into widgets that can be placed onto your administrator dashboard. And this takes the administrator dashboard experience to a whole different level, giving you complete control over the metrics and the data that you have in your dashboard and the dashboards that you create for others. As you can see in the video reel that I've got on this slide, With the widget builder, you're able to select from any data in the Beauceron Security tenant, including courses, simulations, workflows, surveys, incidents, rewards, and so much more, and visualize that in the format of your choice: a pie chart, a bar chart, a scatter chart, or an area chart. And this is providing you with the information that you need in the way that you need it. I'd like to point out that this feature has really been driven from the feedback of our customers, where some organizations want to provide a dashboard to executives that have specific metrics that are KPIs or KRIs to that executive, and this would give them the ability to do that. Whereas someone on the ground, like me, for example, that's running the awareness program, might be looking at other indicators of risk and determining how we're going to run the program in the next 30 days or the next 2 weeks, just based on what we're seeing in the dashboard. I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We're really excited to have you here as part of BoasterCon 2022. And we look forward to innovating in this exciting space and seeing you in the future as we continue to advance our product. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Ian. So today we talked about the power of people, and we learned from Dr. Treadwell that organizational leadership and change management can be the guiding foundation for behavior change. We saw from our panelists who come from all different sectors and areas of cybersecurity that no matter your role or experience, everybody faces cybersecurity challenges, and there are many ways to empower teams to tackle those challenges. David Shipley showed us how world-class cybersecurity awareness programs do work when people are provided with the right information and the right context. When it comes to cybersecurity, empowering people to be in control of technology and helping people care more about their roles is essential to creating a cyber-safe workforce. This concludes BoasterCon Cybersecurity Awareness Summit for 2022. I want to extend a huge thank you to our event organizers and speakers for making this such a fun and inspiring afternoon. And most of all, I want to thank each and every one of you, our attendees, for joining us this afternoon and helping make this an event to remember. We are going to keep the lounge and booths open until 4:30 if you'd like to connect after the event. And from all of us here at Beauceron Security, thank you for coming, and we'll see you next year.